G'day, Hawks fans. Welcome back to the Hawks Report Card. We've got finally we've got another win to review. 75 to 66, 10-15. Inaccurate kicking again in Tassie. Cold night. Uh, didn't look like there was much atmosphere at all. Half the ground looked like it was shut off there, the other side. And the Crows a little bit inaccurate as well. They missed a couple of easy goals as well. 9 goals, 12, 66 there. But yeah, a really good win, especially once they got, I think they got 18 points in front. They might have got 20 points in front to reel them back in and be in front by half time. And then sort of that's what the margin was by the end of the game, about a goal and a half, 10 points around that mark. So that makes us, that brings us to 11 games in a row that we've won in Tassie. So it is unfortunate where the association or the partnership is going to end after next season. So yeah, if we keep winning down there, it's a shame. But 11 in a row, it's a fairly good feat. As you can see there, the score, yeah. And one of the major highlights, which I was very surprised myself to see him in the forward line. People say that they thought that he might have gone down there, but I definitely wasn't penciling him in for there. But usually a pretty straight kicker goal when he does get it. He missed 2 goals, but hit 4 goals and obviously kicked the sealer with really like a little bit of pressure on that kick, and they could have went up the other end and got a goal and won the game if he missed it. So really good goal by Blake. He outmarked Worrell 2 times at least. And the Wiz, he was another one. Looked like he was in trouble at half time, but he was in everything. Everything he virtually touched was a score involvement. So really good game. High impact for low numbers. But yeah, he did spend a lot of time on the bench in the second half, but he's really igniting Hawthorn at the moment. The stats differential, this is the stats that we lost. They had 54 more disposals. They had 44 uncontested possessions more than us. They'd got 14 more clearances than us. And that was after that first quarter. We were miles behind. So it was good to claw it back a little bit. The marks were pretty even. They had 9 more marks than us. They had 7 more inside 50s. But obviously with Thilthorpe and Fogarty not really marking too many, it was a pretty good result to, when you lose the count by that much and you still win, it's a good result. And one stat we did win, we dominated 26 more hitouts than them. Ned Reeves, obviously centre clearance, 30 hitouts, pretty good effort. Like that, and McAndrew's been in pretty good form. And Riley Thilthorpe and whoever else they used in there, they sort of, even though we didn't win, we won the rucks, we probably didn't win the clearances, but there's Lloyd Meek, he got 22. His first ruck contest, he went over the line again. Amazing how many times he's done it this year, but he still fought his way into the game and obviously kicked a good goal, but he got his 22 hitouts, which was the main thing. Moving on to our first review for Evie and I, we've got a special guest, which says Richie there, but I'm pretty sure it was Barry. But, anyway, Mitchell Lewis kicked a goal, got a free kick and kicked a goal. And we didn't see him much until right in that last passage of play where he took a blinding mark on the wing. I was going to mark him probably a 4, but I've given him a 6 there. That mark was worth 2 points, I think, because it really helped. He's sort of competing, but he wasn't marking anything. So it was really good to see him get that one. And Richie gave him a 5.
Yeah, I gave him a 5.5. I reckon he always just went up for the mark, but always just failed. I don't know. Yeah.
Very slippery conditions though down there. It was hard. Like you look at Adelaide's forwards, not many of them took marks. Jai Newcomb, here's a guy that's been in pretty good form, and his first half was very worrying. I mean, we were in front and he hadn't done much, so we were thinking if he got his game on track, we were going to sort of draw away. But he played a lot better in the second half. But yeah, he didn't really hit. You can see the metres gained there, 195 metres for a midfielder. It's not much. Still so competitive, and he got them clearances. He got the clearances back in especially in the second half. So I gave him a 6.
Yeah, I gave him a 6. I reckon he was just quiet in the first half. He obviously was going a bit harder out in the second. So
yeah, and Barry gave him a 5.5 there. Jarman Impey, spectacular game. Another spectacular game from him. 780 metres gained. Fantastic game. Like, he's 21 disposals, 17 of them kicks, so that's why he's going to get the metres gained. He probably didn't take as many marks, but it wasn't one of them nights where we could mark too many with them slippery conditions. It was a real territory game. No one was. That's why the kicking efficiencies, everyone was down, but that's still pretty good, 71. I gave him a 7.5.
Yeah, I gave him an 8. I reckon he played really well. So.
The Wizard, you can see there, just the 12 disposals, eight kicks. He sort of didn't have a tackle this week. Kicked the 2 goals, 1. Metres gained, 250. I mean, that's pretty good. AFL score only gave him 52. I don't know how they worked that out, but Barry gave him a 6 and I gave him a 7. Did I? Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was that high, but yeah.
Yeah. I gave him a 7 as well.
James Sicily, he was really good in the first half, and the only time I noticed him in the second half was when that free kick was paid against him for fight in the middle of the ground, which could have been very costly in the end. But yeah, that's a pretty low gain for him. 192 metres from, just virtually, I don't think he touched the ball up half time or something. That's real low for him. 192 metres gained. He didn't get down and take any kickouts or anything this week, so maybe that's where he dropped off a little bit. But yeah, I gave him a 5.
Yeah, I gave him a 5 as well. Obviously, 11 disposals is not a lot.
That's a half.
Him,
that's a half of football for him. Yeah, that's pretty low, especially when he zones off. Ned Reeves, look at that, 312 metres gained. I think last week he had 30. Or maybe even had less than 30. So he had 9 disposals and 9 of them are kicks. That's what we like to see. We don't want Ruckman messing around with the handballs. Just kick it. It was a territory game. He knew what it was about. He obviously had all them hit-outs. I reckon it was a really good game. He just missed that goal. I mean, he still had a decent shot at it. It was a good kick at goal. I gave him a 7. I thought he was really competitive, really crashed in. You could see how worn out that guy, the Ruckman was. I mean, that in the end, that guy just fell on the ball and he was exhausted, couldn't get up. So he was holding the ball, and Ned just unfortunately couldn't kick the goal. But I gave him a 7. Barry gave him a 6.
Yeah, I gave him a 7 as well.
Dylan Moore, here's another midfielder, up one week, down the next. And he was definitely up last week, and he was definitely down this week, because you can see there he's 11 disposals. Still got 280 metres. I mean, that was a fantastic tackle he put on Peatling in that last quarter. So I gave him actually a point for that, because they were running away with that, and that was a desperate tackle from Dylan. But we sort of just cannot get these midfielders to all play good together. It's one standing up, sort of carrying the rest, and yeah, it's sort of a different guy every week. And definitely Dylan wasn't this week. I mean, I still gave him a 5. Barry gave him a 5. He got the 50-metre penalty, kicked that 1 goal. Evie?
Yeah, I gave him a 5.5. I just reckon he just was a bit quieter this week. So.
Yeah, it's not many possessions, is it? Here's another one. A couple of 4.5s there for Connor. One of Evie's favourite players. 14 disposals. Obviously, he was more worried about the clock than kicking that last goal. It would have been good for him to just go back and just bang that through. But you can see there, the efficiency, 35%. It was a slippery night, and it was mainly contested. 200 metres gained. Yeah, he only had the 9 kicks. So I gave him a 4.5. Barry gave him a 5.
Yeah, I gave him a 4.5. I just reckon if they don't get a lot, it's a bit hard to judge them.
Yeah, you can't make mistakes if you don't get it, but we'd prefer you make mistakes. And, well, he did. He was going at 35% efficiency, so he did make some mistakes. But, yeah, quiet game. Carl Amon, here's another Mr. Consistency. For our players at the moment, he's one of the most consistent, along with Jarm and Empey coming off that back line. I mean, it is a very easy position to play for our team, because as soon as we get the ball, someone wins the ball in the middle, one of them two is going past, and usually it's Carl. Because he's such a good kick. You can see there, 478 metres gained from 13 kicks. Just the 3 marks, the 4 marks this week. I could have given him a little bit higher. Just that deliberate out of bounds. I think he tried to disguise it, but it wasn't well disguised. He just smashed it out of bounds. So I'll take a half a point off there, and I gave him a 6.5. Barry gave him a 6.5 as well. He's probably thinking the same thing as me. Why would you do that, Carl?
I why did you?
Go.
I gave him a 7. I just gave him a bit like lower than normal because he's been getting like 30 the past 3 weeks. But I mean, he always plays well, so.
Yeah, it was just that one of them quarter, like the second quarter after the first couple of minutes they kicked that first goal, the ball virtually didn't go in their forward line. So Carl and that had nothing to do. But yeah, it's still 18's still good for the night. I mean, not many players got past 20 for Hawthorn. Connor Nash. He was the one getting the clearances in that first half when no one else was. So he really held us in that game, and he sort of got on top. We saw him disappear off the ground and up the race. Probably 5 minutes to go, so hopefully nothing wrong there. 15 disposals. I imagine 11 or 12 of them were in the first half. 344 metres. He knew it was a territory game, Connor. There was no messing around. Get it, kick it forward. Well done. I gave him a 6. Barry gave him a 6 as well. He was so competitive early.
Yeah, I gave him a 6 as well. Yeah, I just reckon he played well. So.
Yeah. Blake Hardwick, our match winner. You can see there the love hearts from Evie. Fantastic game for Blake. Like I said, I was very surprised that he went forward. But yeah, he probably could have kicked 5 or 6. The 2 goals he did miss, probably, he probably kicked them most times. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with him, whether Bodie Ryan and that can hold down that spot down back, and Blake Hardwick could probably go forward and help them out when needed. But yeah, not much else to say. Everyone saw how good he was. Both Barry and I gave him an 8.5.
Yeah, I gave him an 8.
Nothing else to add, eh? Massimo D'Ambrosio, 22 disposals, 14 kicks. No marks there. He flew for a lot, but obviously the greasy conditions not suited for marking. But he's really got his confidence high at the moment. He's flying for marks. He's got his 580 metres gain. That was a territory game, and that's really good from Massimo. He probably could have nearly got in the votes. Probably looking back on it, but Barry and myself, we both gave him 7s.
Yeah, I gave him a 7 as well. I just reckon he played well. So
yeah, he's getting in that consistency. That's what we want. He can bang out them numbers every week. Lloyd Meek, he had 11 disposals, only 1 kick. You can see there the metres gained. Massive difference. Ned Reeves has got over 300 metres, and you can see Lloyd Meek's got 40 metres. And I think that was from that goal, because that was a booming goal. So everything else must have been backwards, because that was a 50-metre goal. And, yeah, obviously he competed in the middle, gave away that free kick. It annoys me when he does that in the middle of the ground. But obviously, great goal, and Barry and I both gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 5. I reckon he played, pretty well. I just reckon he should probably kick it more, because you can see 11 disposals, only 1 kick.
Yeah, and especially if he gives the handballs to people in clear, but he seems to he sort of gets it back into congestion. I'm not sure. I just do what Ned Reeves does and just bang, especially on a game like that, slippery, just bang it forward. It can slip through hands and someone could be on the end of it. Yeah. Maybe Chol played a blinding first half. I'm not sure he touched the ball. Oh, he did kick a goal in the third quarter, but I don't think he did much else, because he only ended up with 8, and I think 6 of them must have been in that first quarter. He played really well. They actually put him in the ruck in the second quarter. He got us going in the second quarter, but just faded, just really faded. He virtually didn't compete after that. You can see 130 metres gained. First game back for probably 5 weeks, Evie, about 5 with that hammy. But yeah, Barry and myself gave him a 4.
Yeah, I gave him a 4 as well. I reckon he just, after the ruck work, he must have really it might have tired him out a bit.
Yeah, I think we heard Sam say in the press conference they didn't want to burn him out, but I think when they said they didn't want to burn him out, I think he was already burnt out. So, he just couldn't get into the game after. He snapped that goal, but I don't think he touched the ball after that. But yeah, it was good to have him back. He's just so good. You can see that early dominance in the air. He was so strong. Really good early. Finn McGuinness. Everyone thought he was definitely going to be playing on Isaac Rankin. They put him to that other guy that who's everyone can tell you in the stats in the last month or so. He's been one of the highest rated players in the AFL. That Cook, and he kept him quiet, and he got a 300 metres gained himself. He sort of froze in that first half when he got the ball. You just want to see these people when they get it, be assured, bang, fire out a handball or fire the kick. Just don't stand around for waiting for someone to smash you or give away, get caught holding the ball. But you can see there just the 7 kicks. But yeah, he did his job on that guy. So Barry and I gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 5. There's not really much to say. It's like everything's sort of just there. But yeah, I just gave him a 5.
Cameron Nahn, great to see another debutant. He's a little bit taller than I thought. Obviously skinny, but a little bit taller. He didn't look out of place. When the ball was there to be contested, he didn't flinch. He didn't let the ball get out, especially in the back line a couple of times there. He was really good. Forced the stoppage. They got the ball up and we got the ball away from there. But you can't expect much more. Like big debutant, like playing against a team that's, even though they're a little bit down this year, the Crows, they're still a really good team. So to go in there against their good midfield and wingers, I gave him a 6. I thought he was like, we're going to up him a little bit because he's his first game. Barry gave him a 6 as well. I reckon he did well.
Yeah, I reckon he played well. I gave him a 6 as well. I mean, he didn't really do anything like wrong.
Yeah, no mistakes, which was on a game like that last night or the other night. You didn't want to cause some horrific turnover or anything like that, and he didn't do that. So, he'll get his chance hopefully next week to play against the Saints under the roof. He's gone from one slippery, cold, freezing, and next game will be under the roof. So he wouldn't have played in too many of them cold days, and he definitely wouldn't have played under the roof yet, I don't think. Josh Weddle, back to his really good game. I mean, desperation. I mean, that's what we really love, that side of Josh, that competitiveness. He doesn't have to be doing all the flashy stuff, but gee, he went in, he crashed in, you saw him touching on the line and touch the ball before, when they were going to get a goal at the end, just threw his body at it. It was a great save. And when he got his chance to go on the offense, you only see there, he only had 9 kicks. I thought he probably had double that, but you can see he got the 400 metres gained. That was a lot of carry. He did a lot of run. They're not going to run him down from behind. So once he weaves through, he's going to obviously and do that kick. I mean, Chol let him down with that first one. It was a brilliant kick from Josh to find Chol, and he went back and missed it. But I thought he was really good. I gave him an 8, and Barry gave him a 7.5.
Yeah, I gave him an 8. I reckon he played it really well. I reckon this was probably his best game so far this year. Obviously, all the saves, they were all really well done. So, yeah, I gave him an 8.
Yeah, very important saves. Like everyone talks about goals kicked, but when you can actually have a big impact on saving some, it's a great effort from Josh. Josh Battle, he's another very consistent player. You can see there, everyone gave him a 7.5, but 400 metres gained. He sort of had to play on. They swapped around down there. Obviously, when he couldn't, Philthorpe couldn't get into the game. They put him into the midfield, so he was sort of playing on that other guy. That if Josh, I don't even think he touched the ball. The other guy, he definitely hadn't touched it in the first half, and so it was easy pickings for Josh. But when Philthorpe came down, he did the job on him as well. So. Look at that. He has been an unbelievable pickup from us. I don't think he's played one bad game since he's been at the club, and he's just so consistent and reliable. I was surprised as well. He only took 4 marks. I thought he took a few more intercepts than that, but 400 metres gained, great game. 7.5 from Barry and I.
Yeah, gave him 7.5 as well. I mean, you virtually just said it all. He played really well, so yeah.
Josh Ward, 24 disposals. He only had the 8 kicks, so obviously 16 handballs there, but 159 metres gained. He sort of was, most of his possession, he looked like he was hemmed up against the boundary or really in tight, so he's handballing it backwards a lot. In them slippery conditions, I'm not sure that was helping too much, but I mean, it's better for him to have it than them have it. So he got 24 touches. That's pretty good. I gave him a 6, and Barry gave him a 6.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5. I don't think he played bad, so yeah.
Bodie Ryan's a very shaky start, to say the least. Fell over with that first goal. Looked like he had the mark and then just fell over him. And a couple of other, a lot, like the pressure was really on, and it just sort of overcame him a little bit. But obviously he got back in, and Rochelle didn't virtually touch the ball in the second half. So Bodie Ryan is going to be interesting if he can hold down that spot and make it his own. It leaves maybe Blake Hardwick to go forward and help out down there. But I gave him a 5. I thought after the bit of it, because he would have been knowing that he's made a couple of mistakes early and he battled back. I reckon he did really well. So I gave him a 5. Barry gave him a 5.5.
Yeah, I gave him a 5. I reckon he played a lot better in like the second. Well, I mean, I can't really say if he played better. I mean, Joshua Shelley didn't really kick a goal, I don't think. So
Yeah, definitely. Josh Rochelle was very quiet in the second half. I mean, all the talk was about Rankin getting injured, and maybe they would have won, but it definitely wasn't. Rochelle had his chances, and he didn't take any. So, yeah, Bodie Ryan did well on him. He virtually spent most of the game on him, so which was a usual matchup for Blake Hardwick. So that's what I mean. If Bodie can go down there and do a job, Blake can go forward. Cam Mackenzie, I was ruining that missed goal, I tell you. I think it was less than a minute to go before three-quarter time, 20 metres out, directly in front. He hasn't hit the scoreboard much this year. I think he's only kicked the one goal. That was against Sydney this year. So this would have been only his second goal for the year, and he's just missed it. It was a sitter. It's nearly as bad as Charles missed. You can see there his efficiency was 45, but he did a lot of them territory kicks, so we're not too worried about that. You can see he had the 15 kicks and got 400 metres gained. A lot of that territory, just kicked it around the corner. It's hard to hit a target doing kicking like that, but yeah, just if he kicked that goal, it would have just given us a 20. We would have been close to 20 points in front if he'd have kicked it. But yeah, Barry and I both gave him 7.5s.
yeah, I gave him 7.5 as well. I reckon he played like pretty well. So yeah.
Jack Ginnivan, very quiet. 10 disposals. Still got nearly 300 metres gained for his 6 kicks. He's could have kicked, really helped us if he'd kicked that goal in the last quarter. So he had 2 shots at goal for 2 points. He's usually more efficient than that. In the last couple of weeks, you can see a significant drop off from Jack. Hopefully, can bounce back against St Kilda, and then we'll have a bye, and then everyone freshen up a little bit and come back out firing. But he needs to get back to that form from 4 weeks ago. Really help out and hit the scoreboard a little. He's usually chipping in for 1 or 2 goals, and he hasn't. So yeah, I gave him a 4.5, and so did Barry.
Yeah, I gave him a 5.5. I reckon I probably would have given him 5, but oh well. I mean, he didn't really do anything, so yeah, but
Yeah, he still put some tackles on, did a bit of pressure. That was all right. Bailey McDonald, 13 disposals. I thought he kicked it actually more than that. 4 kicks, and he only had 112 metres. I'm sure there was a time there where he teamed up with Jai, where he gave the 1-2 and booted it out of there. And you'd think that would be, 50, 60 metres of run and carry from him. He's definitely got leg speed. If he can get his confidence up, he's another guy that could help and let Blake go forward. Or, even if Blake goes down there and sort of teaches him the ropes a little bit or help out. But he's definitely, because the speed and I think he's a very highly skilled player. So that the conditions didn't really suit. But I mean, I don't think he got beaten on the night. So I gave him a 5. It's an even game. It's his first game at that level for a while. I think the last game he played might have been in Tassie as well. He may be a Tassie specialist, but yeah, 5 from Barry and I.
yeah, I gave him a 5 as well. He obviously looks very fast running around with the ball, so
Yeah, so he might be suited for under the roof. I mean, there's no point putting him out. We've got to keep him, give him another go, especially playing in them conditions is quite hard. Yeah, and now he's going to go to absolutely pristine conditions under the roof. So hopefully he gets another game. Let's go to Barry's top 3. He gave Blake Hardwick top 3. He gave him 3. He gave Cam Mackenzie, looks like a Josh Weddle photo there, but Cam Mackenzie got 2. Yeah, he's definitely made something. There's something's happened here because that is Josh Weddle. That is Garmin Impey, isn't it? Is that his votes? Cam McKenzie 2, Josh Weddle 3, and Josh Battle got a special mention there from Barry.
Yeah, I gave John Minpy 3 because obviously I reckon he played really well. So, Blake Hardwick 2, Weddle 1, and Josh Battle special mention.
I'm going Blake Hardwick. I thought he was like in a low-scoring game. That's equivalent of kicking 6, I reckon, in a normal game from Blake. Really good game. The difference, Josh Weddle, fantastic game. He had the offense, but he definitely had the defense. You see the couple of big spoils as well. He was really good at. Maybe that's where his position is, and hopefully they don't move him around too much. I gave Jarman 1. I thought his stats were up a bit. I mean, he obviously got all them metres gained in the territory game. It was fantastic. I gave Cam McKenzie a special mention, but Spewing still missed that goal, Evie. So fingers crossed Jack Gunston returns next week. It'd be interesting to see who misses out if he does come back in, because I think it'd be Blake Hardwick back and one of them two with the whether it's Bailey McDonald or Bodie Ryan out, I'd imagine, because Jack's definitely not going into the back line. So, and I can't imagine unless one of the two boys don't back up for Thursday night's game, maybe. But hopefully Jack's back. They said he was close, but yeah, Hawthorn's forward line just operates so differently when he's down there running it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. And obviously our next game is against St Kilda at Etihad on Thursday night. St Kilda, we watched them last night, Evie. They were right up with Fremantle with that three-quarter time. They might have been a point in front, were they? Point behind, a point in front. But then got ran over late and looked like they had a serious injury with Rowan Marshall maybe in the ruck there. Looked like he might have tweaked the knee or something. But hopefully, I mean, Hawthorn's got a really good record of winning at Etihad, but we haven't been winning by much. That game against Port Adelaide earlier this year was a real nail biter, and I know we didn't beat St Kilda by much last year when Naz had nearly 50, and that was a lot closer than what the scoreboard said as well. But yeah, hopefully we can get into this game, get it done, and then get that bye and have a rest. Everyone freshen up, and you could imagine after the bye. Eve, do you think we'll see Will Day before the bye or after the bye?
I really want him to come before the bye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who can you drop to bring in Will Day at
Finn
this?
McGuinness.
You think Finn McGuinness? Yeah, maybe, because I mean, Will Day is an offensive weapon, so Finn McGuinness is a pretty dour player. Maybe I think them two backmen need another chance. Bodie Ryan's played 3 or 4 games in a row, but Bailey McDonald you can't whack him out again. Just leave him in there. I mean, Evie and I both ventured down to watch Will Day play for Box Hill, and that Flynn Perez, I mean, he must be pretty close to getting in. He had 34, 35 touches last night, and he's got his confidence right up. He's not holding. If he can play like that in the seniors, I mean, he looked brilliant. He looked like a AFL player last night, Flynn Perez. So, yeah, so hopefully if maybe Will Day, I mean, the word out that he's all right, he's come through it really good. So hopefully, I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Anything else to add, Eve?
No.
All right, guys, we'll do a report after hopefully we beat the Saints on Thursday night.